International Women's Day today is a global day celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. The day also marks a call to action for accelerating gender parity. International Women's Day has been observed since the early 1900s, a time of great expansion and turbulence in the industrialized world that saw booming population growth and the rise of radical ideologies. No one government, NGO, charity, corporation, academic institution, women's network, or media hub is solely responsible for International Women's Day. But this day is a day about unity, celebration, reflection, advocacy, and action, whatever that looks like globally and at the local level. We're thrilled to have you join us today as friends and supporters of Manatee County Habitat for Humanity, to raise up an activity that we believe embodies the values that drive the International Women's Day, that is of our 2017 Women's Build. A Habitat Women Build is just as it sounds, women coming together to literally build a habitat home. In addition, women take leadership roles in raising funds and getting the word out about this event. This is not an exclusive event. Men are welcome to join us as well. The Women Build provides the opportunity for women to take a proactive step in serving their communities. Our goal in a Women's Build is to empower women like you to help a family build strength, stability, and independence. At Habitat, we know that we provide opportunities for hands-on learning and the tools that women need to succeed in changing their lives and the community. No experience is necessary. Volunteers work under the guidance of construction professionals and also alongside other volunteers and our future Habitat homeowner. Whether you're learning new skills or simply adding a few to your tool belt, this is a rewarding experience for all involved and improves the community that we share. This year's International Women's Day theme is Be Bold for Change. Today, you'll meet some of the bold women in our community who will be participating in our Women Build, including our co-chair, Bradenton Police Chief Melanie Bevan, our future Habitat homeowner, Brittany, and our crew leader, Kathy Scharbach. We hope you will be inspired by who they are, what they say, and what they do. To be bold for change and to take action not only through our Women Build, but throughout our community to ensure that all women have all they need to succeed. Now I'd like to introduce Chief Melanie Bevan to have a few words.
Well, thank you very much. Glad to see you all out here today. I'll tell you that probably about 2 months ago, when I received a call, and I'm not even sure who it was, because I think there was successive calls, because I didn't get back to you soon enough, and I appreciate that, asking if I would be willing to get involved in this endeavor. Right away, I said yes. To me, a little bit of a no-brainer. My history with Habitat for Humanity started quite a long time ago and took a very long pause. Back in 1995, actually, as a young sergeant back at the St. Pete Police Department, I became involved in an organization called Leadership St. Pete. I know there's a Leadership Manatee, Leadership Florida, so a lot of you all are familiar with that. And we engaged in our group project at the end of the class, and it so happened that I was unable to make the group project. I don't even know what it was. There was about 4 of us. And so with some thought, they said, well, how about this other organization? We haven't really seen a lot of them in this area. I think Habitat's been around for much longer than 1995, but we really just hadn't seen much of it in St. Pete. And they said, there's a house being built not far from there. How about for your all's project, you all spend the weekend helping to build this house? Well, I wasn't really happy I'd missed the first fun project because now I really had to work, or so I thought. But I will tell you that it was truly a life-changing event for me to work alongside people who had a commitment to their community, a commitment to each other, their fellow man, and to engage in something that I'd really never done before. I'd picked up a hammer, but probably only to squash an ant or something. I really became just awestruck at the dedication. Now, honestly, I didn't return until I showed up here to Manatee. Life and police work and kids and family. But when they called, I said, here's my opportunity. And what a great opportunity. And then to hear that it would be tailored around women and women's build. It may come as a surprise, but I'm a strong advocate and believer in women empowerment and engagement. And I couldn't have asked for a better cause to commit my efforts and attention to. And I know if Carol was here today, she'd be saying the same thing. It so happens our paths cross from time to time. I'm an adjunct professor at the college where she teaches. And so even just this particular function has brought two of us together to form a new relationship and start brainstorming on better ways that maybe we can engage some of the younger women in our community through higher learning and whatnot. And so things such as this, I think sometimes we fail to see what really can happen from that. The relationships that are formed and what gets accomplished. One of the reasons they wanted me to just come up and say a few words is to, hopefully make you think a little bit about doing more, giving more, and becoming more engaged with this organization. I will tell you, I'm usually pretty selective from my responsibility as a police chief. A lot of organizations want me to become involved, and they want to maybe put my name on their board of directors or their committee, and typically I say no, because I try to be pretty nonpartisan, kind of across the board. You never really know when or how or if you're going to have a bad interaction or a good interaction, but you try to just kind of be neutral on a lot of things. And this is the one organization that I lifted that restriction on because they're worth it. And you can look back through decades of habitat work, and you really don't see any hiccups in that. It's a fine group. I walked in here today, and gosh, I don't know, Valerie, this is like our fourth or fifth thing that we're going to, and it's starting to be, hey, yeah, can't wait for that show. I already have my hard hat, and I can already see that it's becoming a family, and what a great family to be a part of. I've been the Bradenton Police Chief now 2 weeks ago. It was a year, and so I was telling everybody you can't call me the new chief anymore, but don't call me the old chief. And this community has really embraced me with open arms, and I'm really enjoying every minute of it, and this is simply an extension of that. I hope to see everybody out there in May for our women's build, but if you can't, consider doing something else. And I'm sure that you're all creative here and you can figure out ways, either financially or calling somebody, or I have two 17-year-old boys. We were just talking about that, and I'm about to lose them both to college this summer, and so I'm sure a lot of you all have been through that, and I'm getting into that Klingon stage, and so I already let them know, you'll be helping me. You are going to be out there sawing and hammering, and you're going to be right there with me volunteering, and so still trying to instill those values in them. But thank you for having me, and I look forward to seeing you all again, and that's it. Take care.
Wonderful. Thank you, Chief Bevan. And now I'd like to bring up our luncheon sponsor, Jill McGarry from Blaylock Walters, who are here representing Blaylock Walters, to say a few words.
Good afternoon. Happy International Women's Day, which is also known as a day without women. Can you imagine a day without women? A day without a woman in my family? My kids wouldn't have a chauffeur. My family would starve. And my husband wouldn't find anything in the house, right? So think about it. Think about how a day without a woman would impact you. That's right. I'm Joan McGarry. I'm the marketing director at Blaylock Walters Law Firm. We're a full-service business law firm in Bradenton, downtown Bradenton and downtown Sarasota. I'm proud of the firm's philanthropic culture and the many, many nonprofits that we support. Being a board member, I'm really pleased that we support Habitat's mission and vision, and I couldn't be more proud of Habitat's leadership and volunteers and board of directors. So a round of applause for them, please. I had the great opportunity with being tasked to create a wellness program for the firm. And when thinking about creating a wellness program for a firm of 50 people, 50 employees, I thought, okay, it's got to be more than just, physical wellness. We all know, we need to eat better and move more. Everyone knows that. So I wanted to create a program that kind of embodies the whole being. So there's 5 elements to the program: physical wellness, financial wellness, career wellness, social wellness, and community wellness. And community wellness is a way to inspire our employees to be engaged, to be more active in the community, and Women's Build is the perfect opportunity for that. So we look forward to supporting Women's Build, and I just encourage you to inspire others around you to support Habitat with your hard hat on, volunteering, financial donations, anything you can do to help. We'd appreciate it. We're proud to sponsor this luncheon. We're proud to support Habitat, and enjoy. Happy Women's Day.
And now we've got a special guest, Brittany Holly, our future Habitat homeowner.
Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm gonna try not to make you cry, okay? First, I would like to thank a very special woman who could not be here today, and it feels weird to not have her here with me. She's my grandmother. She's the one who actually raised me, and raised me right, as you can see. And she did it alone. My mother passed away when I was first born from complications of pregnancy, and my father was murdered in a nightclub in Sarasota. So I didn't really have much family, didn't really have much guidance coming up. But my grandmother did the best she could, and I know she'd be here saying, "Whoa!" She's been up and down for me, and I would like to thank her. And it saddens me that Dee Dee was not able to be here, because I know she'd be that anchor. She's always my anchor. She'd be the one in her place saying, "Whoa, you go, girl." And like she said, a day without a woman, but a day without my grandmother would have been chaos. And I think used to be one of my biggest accomplishment was maybe just the Section 8 housing. Just give me Section 8, just give me food stamps, just give me something to make it, and I'll be fine. But meeting Dee Dee, she said, "No, that's not what I have in store for you. We have greater things in store for you." Habitat has been phenomenal. Everything that they've done, bringing people together, the people that we're meeting, are networking, just sitting at this table, introducing ourselves and meeting people like Ann and meeting people like Miss Bevan, and we all coming together and networking and working for the greater good is awesome. I'm gonna be honest, when Dee Dee first gave me the address to the properties that she had for us, I went out there and I was like, "Oh, no, Dee Dee, is this where You really want to put us? And she said, you know, you can't look at it like that. You got to see the bigger picture of things. And I kind of looked around the neighborhood and I said, I don't know if this will be really where I want to be. And she said, you know what, we have other families that we can help, but I think this will be perfect for you, but I don't want, this will be someone you'll have to be. You think about it and you get back with me. And I thought, and I'm like, well, you know what, it's a house. It's my house. I have to live on the inside, not the outside. None of that'll matter. As I got started, we were picking up things out of the ground, off of the ground. We started from ground up. We were stripping the yard. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be a long road ahead of us. We seen people kind of walking back and forth, and I'm like, what have I gotten myself into? But to turn around and look at Yesenia's, what I said was a house, but to look at Yesenia's home now, it made a big impact. I mean, these aren't something that people are just coming in and they're just throwing houses together and say, hey, here you go. You needed it. We did it for free. Here. No, you can ask Bruce or either James. I didn't even know it was a special technique to painting. I mean, it's like it's my house. If I want to paint up and down, let me paint up and down. Goodness. No, it's still our property. It's still our work site, and you can go if you don't want to do it this way. No, but it's all fun, and we've had just even this upcoming Saturday, we had a neighbor that was jogging, and she was jogging, and she looked, and she jogged back, and she said, "How could I have missed this? How could I have not seen this? How can I get involved? How can I help?" And now they look at that property when they see that the ground's put down and they see the house. They didn't see the vision before, just like I almost missed out on the vision. Habitat, and that's what it's all about. It's about rebuilding. It's about restoring. I kind of feel ashamed of even myself for first off saying, nah, I don't think this is the neighborhood I want to be, because as you look in the news now, you see people protesting. They say no justice, no peace. They go out into neighborhoods. They destroy the local CVS. They destroy the local pharmacies. They destroy the local Starbucks. And they say, we're not getting justice. You guys don't care about us. You guys, what do? We just go out. We cause a riot. And I kind of laugh. And I said, no, that's not the way you do it. You destroy your own neighborhood because you feel like you're not getting help and the assistance that you need. You destroy the CVS that a grandmother used to be able to walk to fill her prescription, and now she has to catch a bus 30 miles to the other side of town to cross it because you set fire to the local one. No, instead, Habitat comes together, and they see those communities, and they introduce me to people like Miss Ingersoll and Miss Bevins, and I'm going to school now at SCF, pursuing a career in criminal justice. And with everything that's going on, if you tell someone you want to be a police officer, you're like, you gotta be a little shaky. But I see these people, and I see strength when I look at you. Not even just the uniform that you wear. The way you present yourself, the way you embody yourself. And I say that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be. It's things going on in the community that, even things that the city gives Bradenton, the chief here, they give them like a scholarship for interns like me, people who are in the criminal justice field. Now, it is some requirements that I may still have to fulfill, but just Habitat putting me in the position to be able to receive that, just to get my name out there and get my face out there in that community, whether it's through that program or whether it's through being a Manatee County sheriff. I'll now be an officer that lives out there. There'll be an officer in the community. Right up the street, Yesenia, she works for MCAA and Manatee County Action Services, and they help people in the community. I mean, we're building a home. We're building a community, not just a house, not just a home. And that's how you do it. That's how you rebuild. If you feel like you're being mistreated, you're not getting the guidance, you're not whatever, you don't turn your back on those communities. You put people in places to watch that community flourish. And that's what Habitat's doing. They're revitalizing that community over there. We have 3 houses left to build on, I believe it's 17th. No, Yesenia's is done. Then there's 2 houses on my road. And I mean, we already got big plans on working out together and, I mean, getting together and really making a difference. And I said to myself, if I get out there and I become that officer and I go to that domestic call and I see that woman who says, even though he beats me and he mistreats me, I still love him because he's the provider and he's this and he's that. I can look them in the eye and I say, no, you can do this. And this is how. Grab my hand. This is how you do it. And I mean, that's always been my vision, to reach out to people who have similar stories to me, who've been through things like me, but without action, a vision without action is just a dream. But Habitat is giving me those extra pieces to the puzzle to make that vision come to life. And I thank you guys, because without your volunteering, and regardless of what, I like to reiterate on something I said the other night, anything that you do, anything you give will never be mismanaged, mishandled, mistreated by Habitat. They'll take it, they'll bottle it up, they'll turn it into a class, they'll turn it into a skill, they'll turn it into a trade, they'll turn it into a community. I mean, anything, whether it's monetary, whether it's whatever it is, whether it's you just coming out and saying, okay, maybe I know somebody who knows someone that can help. Mr. Tibbet isn't here, but Mr. Tibbet, Gary Tibbet, he works with Mr. Van Buren, Congressman Van Buren, and he was speaking to me the other day, and he said when they first heard about Habitat, they said, okay, it's people helping people, get into stable housing. That sounds cool. We should go check it out. So there's the first step. Habitat made a buzz. There's a buzz. People are hearing about us. When Mr. Tibbet came out and actually came to my groundbreaking, heard a little bit about my story, heard a little bit about Habitat's story and their history and what they really do. These houses aren't just given to us. They're building houses and they're turning them to homes. They're establishing foundations for families like myself and Yesenia and Willie and all the other Habitat families. And he went back to Congressman Van Buren and he said, oh my goodness, Habitat is amazing. This is what's going on. This is what they're doing next week. And he said, Congressman Van Buren said, okay, now he's raising an eyebrow. Now he's really noticing. Go back to the next event. He came to the auction. And after I spoke at the auction, I seen Gary, and he was almost in tears. And he was like, I have to meet you. I have to talk to you. And I mean, that is what it's about. That's how you start making those changes. That's how you make changes. If it wasn't for Habitat, I wouldn't have met people like Miss Bevan, Mr. Gary Tibbet, just Bruce. Anyway, because he's awesome. I wouldn't have met you guys, and that's how it starts. Even one of our founders back here, even at the auction, he's getting dinner, and he's like, I just bought a bike for $250 and a pen for $25. What? I mean, and you're the founder, and I mean, that's what it's about. And they were like, okay, fine, it'll go to a family that actually needs it. And these people, they really care. They're really here to help. I have 2 women back here who were literally in tears because they were excited and they were proud of me. Just, they don't even know me from Adam and Eve, and they were excited about what I have going on, what Habitat is doing for me, and the accomplishments that not just me, that every family in Habitat is doing. And I mean, that's amazing, especially coming from a broken home, not really ever having family, not really having too many people that believed in me, to have these women and men, excuse me, because you guys matter sometimes too, and men come together and show so much support and be that backbone for us. That's amazing. And again, we wouldn't be able to do this without you. So thank you.
That's why we do what we do for women and men like Brittany. And let me just remind you that Brittany is not getting her house for free. Besides working on her home, she's actually qualified as a Habitat homebuyer to participate in our homebuyer program. That means that she's saving an escrow account. That means she's taking financial literacy courses. She's taking homeowner education courses. She's putting 300 hours of sweat equity into her home or the homes of other Habitat home buyers. When all of that is said and done, and when she's completed all those requirements, she's eligible for a 0% interest loan. And that's what makes it possible. Of course, our families are such an important aspect of our organization. But we couldn't do what we do without our sponsors and our partners and our friends who enable us to buy the materials to build this home. I didn't mention today, but our home sponsor today for our Women's Build is Boar's Head. And Ginny couldn't be with us today, but I want to give an applause to Boar's Head. Just as important are the community organizations that help us build this home. Today, we're fortunate to have joining us the president of the Realtors Association of Sarasota and Manatee County, Zena Vallone, who will be joining us in the Women's Build. They'll be helping us build on the site as well, and have a check to present to us today. So.
Gina's coming around. Okay. Oh, it has to stay right there? Okay, I'm always the one that moves everything in the room.
I do too.
On behalf of the Realtor Association for Sarasota and Manatee, first of all, Brittany, that was an awesome speech. I mean, you had me going on that. So, and I want to let you know that as realtors, that is something that is very important to us as a pride of home ownership and being able to put people in homes. That is our first goal above all. And we do a lot of community work, and Habitat is one of our biggest people that we support in both Sarasota and in Manatee, and we are so proud to be a part of this and so proud to be part of your experience as well. So we'd like to provide a small donation. Okay. This way? Thank you.
It's a $5,000 donation to Habitat.
You're so welcome. Thank you. And good luck, Brittany.
Thank you. Okay, now it's your turn. You've heard what we're doing, and I hope we've inspired you to join us. I'd like each of you to now look at on your table. There's a form there with an envelope, and please pick it up and look at it. I don't need you to do anything at this moment. I just want you to actually physically touch it if you haven't already, because I want you to know it's there. Because that's where you get to decide today how you can participate. At the very least, we'd love to have your information to make sure that you know what's going on with us. But this is your chance to decide how you can participate with us. You've heard Brittany's story. You've heard the support of our partners and our friends in this community. We've got an amazing model that helps families succeed, and we'd love for you to be a part of this. I hope that you will consider how to be bold for change in your own way today. We've already raised about $75,000 for the construction of this home, thanks to our sponsors. And we've got about $20,000 left to go. So that's our goal. I want to put it out there and share it with you that that's what we're working towards. And I believe that with the support of this community, we can easily do that and help Brittany have the home that she deserves. So we're working for you, Brittany. Now, if you haven't been on the Habitat job site, some of you may be wondering what it takes to be a volunteer. And let me assure you that you can do it much easier if you understand what it's all about. So today I'm going to bring up our Director of Construction, and he'll talk a little bit about the Women's Build and the participation of women on the job site, and then he has someone to introduce to you as well. Bruce Winter.
I'm just Bruce. I'm just Bruce. Yeah. Thank you. Well, it's great to be with all of you here today. I look out at all of my future workers, and I look forward to being able to work with all of you. Let me tell you a little bit about what you can expect. You're going to get an opportunity to build a house for Brittany that is unlike most homes built here in this area or even in our country. You're going to be part of being able to build an award-winning home. If you don't believe that, you can stop by our offices on Cortez, and we've filled a trophy case full of awards that our homes have been able to receive. We build to one of the most stringent codes, certification programs in the country. Some of you have probably heard about Energy Star. You see those on your appliances. And some people have heard about the Florida Green Build Coalition and the U.S. Green Build Coalition. And some of you may have heard of things like LEED and the different colors, the silvers, the golds, the platinums that are available. Well, when the federal government looked at how they were going to build their homes, they decided, of course, that they had to make their own. And over the years, it's kind of evolved into what they now call the zero energy ready home. And it's the most stringent program for building houses that there is in the country. And every one of our homes is certified to that program. So I always say that I build houses, that families make them homes. But we all live in homes that have to be built, and to build them in a way that allows our homeowners to be able to live on a monthly basis is the most important thing. So when we looked at building our homes, we looked at 4 criteria, and I used to always say energy efficiency, sustainability, safety, and live in place. But what does that mean? The real thing is that it allows our homeowner to live in their home on a monthly basis affordably by lowering energy costs. It lowers the maintenance cost of the home so that they can live in it for many years to come. It increases the safety for their family through the construction methods that we use. And it allows that family to stay there the rest of their lives. They can age in place in their homes. And these are important issues when we look at building homes for people. And you're all going to get an opportunity to join us in building that type of home. I heard this morning that 49% of the workforce is made up of women. That was an incredible figure to me. It's almost 50-50. And when I look around my job site, I don't get 50-50. I'm looking forward to that. This is going to be my 6th women's build, and I've enjoyed every one of them. And with that, always comes the opportunity to have more women join us in the work that we do. The reason I enjoy that so much is that women follow directions. It's a wonderful thing. I don't hear, well, that's not the way we do it up north. You know, we live in Florida. We have a very unique building code here because of the hurricanes and that we have. And so the way we do it up north doesn't work in Florida. And to get people who are willing to ask questions and come out and join us is a rare opportunity. And so we hope that you all take advantage of coming out. Now, you'll have some other volunteers that you'll be working alongside, many of them sitting at the table over here. We've been building homes together for quite a while. And they're highly skilled volunteers that you'll be able to learn from, as well as the classes that you have an opportunity to take at Lowe's coming up. We have one starting Saturday. So I hope all of you take advantage of that and come out already skilled to be able to work with us. The most important thing is just come ready to learn. We want you to have fun. I said that at one of our other meetings. It's fun, fun, fun. You know, come and join us so that you can see what this is all about. You can build a home for Brittany, and hopefully you'll stick around and build homes for many of our other families here. Neighborhood revitalization is one of the big things, and see this encroachment over here? building homes for families, neighborhood revitalization is an important part. And Brittany kind of talked about that. I wasn't sure about this neighborhood, but you have to start somewhere. And that's what Habitat's about, is we're the someone who gets things started. We'll go into a community. Actually, where Brittany will be living is scheduled to become part of the Village of the Arts in the future, which brings it into another district within the city of Bradenton. And that's a fun community. I've been enjoying working in this community already, and you'll learn to love it. So anyway, with that in mind, let me introduce you to the woman that's going to be leading all of you. Kathy, if you can join us. I'll let Kathy talk about how long she's been working for Habitat, but she's one of our main crew leaders.
I thought you'd talk a little longer so I wouldn't have to. Hi. There are other women that are here today that I've worked alongside. Carol, Sandy, Sally, and Mary. Mary's way back there. Yeah, and Sandy. How I got involved in Habitat was we were new residents to Florida, recently retired, and we looked at each other, my husband and I, and said, now what do we do? Well, let's go try Habitat. We didn't have the opportunity when we lived in Maryland because we were so busy to go work on Habitat. So we went down to the office when the offices were located in the depot in Palmetto, and that was 11 years ago. So I've worked every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. You work alongside some really good guys. They taught me a lot, how to do siding, how to do flooring, how to paint. That's my husband's specialty, but he doesn't do that anymore. I've been on the roof, and I look forward to having any of you come out and work alongside of us. We have a lot of fun. We give the guys a hard time, but they like having us there because we bring goodies to eat for our breaks. So come out and join us.
Kathy, Kathy has been, this is your third women's build.
My third women's build.
So you have been an important part of our team, not only on our women's build, but in general for Habitat, and we just want to be able to thank you for that. So we've got a small, here it is, a small thank you for all that you have done for us and will do for us. So thank you very much.
This,
Thank you very much.
for all the rest of you.
This is for you. As we come to the close of our program, I want to thank you all for joining us today for this special celebration. I want to remind you that you can participate in lots of ways, and that form in front of you is going to help us know what is the best fit for you. We're going to have two of our staff members back at the table after this, so if you have any questions or thoughts about what you'd like to do with us in terms of Habitat, please speak with them. If you are willing and able, please provide us with the resources to help us do this. We are a team. We're all working on this together. Not one of us is making this happen. All of us will make this happen. I want you to also look for information on our website about future events around the Women's Build. The week of May 6th to the 14th, we've got a National Women's Build, and Lowe's sponsors us during that time. It's your chance to be a part of this great event. I'd like to end with this. Women are a reflection of the glory of God. Today we honor the women of all times and all places. Women of courage, women of hope, women of suffering, and women mourning. Women living fully. Women knowing the interconnectedness of the human family. Women quietly tending to the garden of human flourishing. Women boldly leading the transformation of unjust global structures. Women seeking wisdom. Women sharing wisdom. Women receiving love and giving love. Women life-giving. On this day, we commit ourselves to the promotion of the full humanity of all women everywhere. We know that whatever denies, diminishes, or distorts the full humanity of women is not of God. Help us to be faithful to a call to love. Thank you.